Today, I want to talk to you about the idea of your attention. Now, communication has a lot to do with attention. And the ideal scene between the speaker and the audience is the audience's attention is on the speaker, and the speaker's attention is on the audience. And to me, that's the perfect storm for a great speech. The audience is totally consumed in your speech. Their attention's totally on you. And as a speaker, your attention's totally on the audience. Your attention can go on other things. Your attention's not on, oh gosh, I wish I hadn't taken this speaking opportunity, or they don't like me, or I wonder where the green card is so that I know that I can get off the stage now. What's my next word? Those are the things our attention can be on. Our attention needs to be on the audience. Now, when I started to look at where my attention was in relation to finding speech topics, which is what this series is about, it's about me being authentic on stage and being able to source my own speech material. One of the mechanisms or one of the concepts I played with was, what is my attention on right now? Now, in situations where we get to pick our own speech topic, like in a Toastmasters environment, again, the last tip I gave was talking about finding the extraordinary in the ordinary and reigniting our creativity. When we get to pick speech topics week after week after week in like a Toastmasters environment, we have to reignite our creativity to create those speech topics. So one of the concepts I used was, what's my attention on right now? And if I was concerned about maybe some stories in the news, or if my attention was on the fact that I was 5 pounds heavier than I wanted to be, that's really what my attention was on. Or the attention was on the fact I had a problem, well, let's say the roof of my house was leaking, and that's actually where my attention is. I would go, well, that's what my attention's on right now, so I'm going to talk about what my attention's on. And I would create a speech topic based on what my attention was on at the moment. And like I said, I live in Los Angeles. The traffic's horrible. Maybe my attention is on the fact that we have this huge traffic problem in Los Angeles. So I would do a speech about that. But here's the key point about that. That is what my attention's on. So when I'm talking, I'm not trying to put a subject out there that I don't have any attention on. It's because I want that connection with the audience. So when I talk about things that my attention's already on, it automatically connects with the audience. To explain this maybe in a little different way, if you got up to give a talk and you knew you parked your car outside and you knew the meter had run out and you were going to get a ticket. So you're up there giving your talk, and half the time your attention's on the fact that your car's outside and you're going to get a ticket. You can't put all your attention on the audience because you're worried about the ticket you're going to get on your car. Now, in all honesty, if you just told the audience, I have a lot of attention on the fact my car is parked outside, I'm going to get a ticket, you would connect with that audience right away, because you'd be completely authentic with them and you're telling them what your attention's on, and that's going to come across very clearly at that point. And quite honestly, if you did that, somebody would probably stand up and say, where's it parked? I have a quarter, I'll go put it in the meter for you. Okay. So one of the things to drill and to look at is when I talk about drilling things, I'm talking about building that skill up to develop in your repertoire of finding speech topics, finding your authenticity, is just do a survey on what your attention's on right now. I'm focused on this. This is what is occupying my mind right now. Let me do a speech about that. The other benefit to this is the fact that I found when I did speeches about things my attention was on, my attention came off the things I spoke about. It's not like I fully viewed them and communicated them, and all of a sudden that went away and my attention went on something else. And as I said, for me, this was very much a peeling the onion layer by layer process for me over a number of years. And that was one of the little processes I used, was speaking about what my attention was on, and allowed me to dig to some deeper layers inside me to find out where those speech topics were. So I hope this one's helpful to you, beneficial to you. It's been very beneficial to me. I still use it to this day. When I go on stage, and maybe, I have a lot of talks that I've been doing for a number of years, but if something's going on with the audience, or something's going on in the community or the city or in the news, that's where sometimes my attention is. I'll just play with that and connect with the audience on that point, and then be able to pull my speech in right behind it, because I'm connecting with something that my attention's on. And a lot of times other people's attention is on the same thing. That's the tip for today. I'll see you next week.